the Panic Room in Connecticut today, so we're going to try 2 rooms here, and they actually have a pretty big space inside, so let's go check it out. Today with Mark and Panic Room in Connecticut, and we're excited to give you a little intro about the location. So Mark, please tell me, in terms of the rooms that you have here, you have 3.
Yes.
And what would you say is your most difficult room?
So of the 3, the most difficult room is probably a Broken Mind Psych 102. And it's always a tough question to answer. People ask this a lot. Which one's the easiest one? Which one's the toughest one? What should we start out on? And, the puzzles are always different for all the rooms. And, everywhere you go. It's always unique. You never know what's going to stump groups. But the way that a Broken Mind Psych 102 is set up physically definitely adds to the challenge in there.
Got it. Immersiveness of all the rooms, would you say same thing? The Broken Mind would be your...
So it's, in the unique way that it's set up, it does add to a bit of immersion in there, but I would say maybe our most immersive room is Last Resort. That's our room. It's also our smallest room. It holds a maximum of 6 people in there, but that's also our newest room. It's got a lot of cool stuff in there. You're tracking down a serial killer at a hotel in that one.
Okay, that sounds really fun, and we're going to tackle that one later. And in terms of your corporate events, you did tell me before that you do host those. What do you say the max capacity of how many people can fit all together? So
typically for our 3 rooms, it's a maximum capacity of 6, 10, and 12, which adds up to 28. But for larger groups, things like corporate events or sometimes even big family events or parties, that kind of thing, we'll expand as many as 34. So we'll put an extra 2 people in each of the rooms. And that tends to work out great for folks. It tends to be a real good size for companies. And it's been going pretty well.
Great. And I guess you could also do like birthday events and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just recently we were getting a call about somebody who's looking to do a really big birthday bash for their 30th. So they're looking to rent out all 3 rooms on a Sunday morning kind of thing. So
yeah. And you said you would open in terms of time-wise to the needs of the customers. So
essentially our general admission business hours are available through our website. You can always view the up-to-the-moment listings of availabilities and start times, but we are available pretty much any other day of the week, by appointment. So as long as people give us a call, we can schedule that for folks, and pretty much any time they want to go with, we should be able to accommodate.
Great. And I do see that your success rates are actually quite high to our reviews, per se.
And I'm so glad you said that, too, because normally, a lot of times people come in, they'll see these success rates, and those are pretty typical the past few months. Normally, Broken Mind kind of hovers right around like 40. Last Resort can swing anywhere from like 45 to 55, and TikTok tends to be pretty much middle of the road right there at like 50, 55%. But people come in, they see those success rates, and they still feel, very intimidated by it. And it's a tough thing, it's a question that people always want to know the answer to, but there never seems to be an answer that satisfies them. Either they're thinking, oh, this is going to be really easy, or they're thinking, oh, this is going to be way too difficult, rather than thinking, hey, let's, give it our best shot.
And this is a mix of, I guess, some experts doing it and also beginners.
Right, yeah, I would say we have a pretty good mix. I would say for the first few years, it was probably a lot more people whose this would have been their first experience in an escape room. But of course, they're getting more and more popular, and of course, we have a lot of return business. So, a lot of times those numbers are boosted by people who have experience before. And we always say, experience is good, but it's not necessary. Sometimes fresh eyes work better than people who have seen, the gamut of what escape rooms have to offer.
For sure. So I think sometimes we even got beat by like little kids in the room that can spot something that
we could. Yeah, absolutely. So for our room TikTok, we do make some exceptions to our age restriction and allow younger kids parties as long as they're renting out the whole room. But oftentimes adults will finish that room and say, how can kids possibly solve this? And we'll say, well, these things that you struggled on, those might have been the things that the kids didn't think too hard about and got right away.
Right.
You never know. Groups are always different.
Yeah. I mean that's what we're here for. We're here to spread out the experience of escape rooms, which we were trying to gather more interest so that people can come and experience what an actual escape room is. So please do like and subscribe to their rooms and come try it out. guys, we're here, second stop in Connecticut today, the Quandary. Look at this area, it seems really cool and with the bricks and scary garage. It's too cold, let's go in. Second floor. What inspired this creation of the Starry Night room that we're going to try.
Sure.
And go ahead.
Oh, so yeah.
We're
That'd be great. So Starry Night, it's a room that we kind of conceptualized as being you're in London. You start out and you are part of a kind of notorious burglary ring where you are trying to break into the Tate Modern to steal the namesake painting of Starry Night. That we actually one thing that we really take seriously here at Skeleton Key is actually trying to keep the backstory relatively simple, to let you fill in the blanks, rather than us trying to give you a lot of narrative or read this long thing all about the history of your burglary. Some people really like that level of immersion, but I think that in general our customers, a lot of people come in, many of them because of our kind of location here. First time they've done an escape room, they don't have a lot of experience in that. So I think sometimes people come from a game heavy background. They like Dungeons and Dragons. They like complicated board games, that kind of stuff. They love a really rich backstory. But I find that sometimes to the kind of average person coming off the street, you're let me give you this whole background. They're like, when are we gonna play the game?
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and talk to you for 45 minutes about the history of my burglary ring and who each person, I don't want to throw cast stones at escape rooms that do that, because I think that that's actually a nice kind of compliment to what we're doing, because there's some escape rooms that are really story centric, and that's cool, and they're great and they're very immersive in that sense.
And what about just in terms of because you did mention that there's a lot of beginners, so is this from difficulty level wise, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, what scale do you guys like to use?
Do 10.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I would say it's 4 or 5 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
It's we want to kind of we don't want to make people feel like it's necessarily a guided tour. I don't know if you guys have been to Five Woods.
Yes.
Five Woods is a lot of fun. I love Five Woods. They're fantastic, great, incredible build quality. Far surpassing I think anything anyone else is doing, with very, very few exceptions. But I think that it's cool. It kind of feels like a guided tour. They kind of bring you through. They say try this puzzle now, and the guides are cool and they're fun. But you're not that many of the puzzles, you're like, boy, I was really stumped by that puzzle. It was a real tough one.
And I do see that you guys have like a special add-on in this section too, because where you have like a cafe, things so do people come eat here? And
Yeah, so yeah, we get a decent number of folks who will come, and sometimes one nice thing that we're trying to do here, we have 2 stores. We do have one up in Linfield, Massachusetts as well. That one's a little more integrated. This was actually a concession we had to make because of state liquor laws. We really had the vision to have it all kind of one space rather than 2 separate ones, but this was something we had to do. Linfield is all just one space. But what's kind of nice about it is that we look at it as like, we want people to show up early for their escape room because it helps keep our schedule on track throughout the day. If we've got, people showing up 15, 20, 30 minutes late, we start really, running up against this wall of like, what is our, another thing, like, So we tell people to come early, and many escape rooms do, which is great, but I am a good rule follower, and I show up early to the game. I've been to 30 escape rooms, 40 escape rooms, not as many as you guys, but I'm a good studious rule follower. But then what happens is then I sit there awkwardly for 20 minutes and stare, and they're like, this person sitting there, and they're like, you excited about the game? Like, yes, that's why I'm here. And they're like,
so this is a
you like games, and this is like, we're just kind of like, hey, you're really early, if people show up half an hour early, you can go have, go have a drink, you can have a beer, you can have wine, you can have a mixed drink, it's a little food, you want a snack,
and afterwards also, so it gets so hungry after.
And sometimes people like, we want to go, we want to talk about it, talk about the game, talk about the experience of being in the game and such. And that is something that I think is nice kind of just built in to say, like, you can go and hang out there, you don't have to go and be like, now where we go, now what restaurant, there's plenty of great restaurants, Cheesecake Factory and so forth and so on, but, it's nice to just sometimes be able to walk through the doors.
Yeah, especially in this cold weather.
Of course, yeah.
Right across.
Yeah.
All right, so this is great. We're going to try their room now, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Great.
Here at Complexity, a puzzling adventure, and I'm with Michelle. We just finished doing the pirate ship. It was a great room. I'll let her explain a little bit more about the company and where she drew her inspiration from.
Thank you very much, and thanks so much for being here. So we opened almost 3 years ago with 2 rooms, the pirate ship and the cat burglar room. We started with just things that we liked in general. We loved the idea of escape rooms so much. Decided we wanted to create our own puzzles, and when I was designing the pirate ship room, basically went to a library and got a bunch of kids books on pirate ships, and so got to visually see what would you find, and then I started working with the puzzles in what you might actually have on a pirate ship and fun things to do in a physical manner. We have a new room, the Mall. It's been open now for about a year and a half. Is our most challenging room. And then we are almost complete with our 4th room in this facility called the Blizzard. We're super excited about it because it's not going to have any physical locks in it. It's all technology. And then, if it's okay if I add, we are expanding. So we are actually about to work in a warehouse that is connected to this building. By the end of this year, we're going to have 2 brand new rooms. Plus a kid's birthday room. So the fun thing for us is getting to figure out where the industry is moving and new technology and new ideas for what to put into rooms. But we really love the themes that we have because we feel like they're different than a lot of other things that we've seen. So we're excited about the idea of bringing more people in and giving them some fun.
Great. And from what I understand, you were the 4th
we were the 4th company in Connecticut to open up, and the great thing is now that more are opening, those of us who absolutely love playing them just don't have to travel as far to visit them. So I highly recommend trying others out in Connecticut because they're a lot of fun and the owners are super nice.
It's great. We can't wait for Blizzard to come and your expansion, but definitely check out Complexity and see the rooms that they have to offer currently, and you won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much.
Take care.